Hello everybody, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is ChitChad, and before the video starts, I just wanted to say thank you for those of you that have stuck around. I know my absence has probably caused some confusion, concern, maybe even a little frustration, and believe me when I say I did not want to step away from content creating. It's just something that I had to do for a while, but now that I'm back, I'm super excited to be working on stuff again. I'm super excited to be getting back into art, animation, voice acting, and of course, Planet Coaster. So without further ado, let's start the next episode of... Like I said, it is so good to be back. It is so great to be making Planet Coaster videos and just content in general. I'm super excited, and I hope you are excited as well for this next episode of the Super Mario theme park that we are building inside Planet Coaster, specifically working on a Luigi's Mansion area of the park. And I'm not gonna lie, opening up Planet Coaster again and just seeing all the new stuff, including the new DLC pack, I believe it's called the Adventure Pack that came out, and it's been so long, and I was looking at the Luigi's Mansion ride, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm necessarily ready to just jump back into this extreme project, because I won't lie, working on the Luigi's Mansion Dark Ride has been a bit stressful, and jumping back in after so long, I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot how much work this was gonna take. So I wanted to kind of step back just a little bit and work on a little smaller project just to kind of get back into the swing of things with just the way Planet Coaster works, and trying to like refresh my brain a little bit, just because like it's been so long since I've done anything inside of Planet Coaster. And I'm really excited though, because there are a lot of really cool new things, and I did download the DLC pack for the Adventure Pack. I believe I actually used one of those pieces in this build. So for this build, I wanted to make a flat ride in this area of the park, just because I didn't want Luigi's Mansion to be the only thing that we had in this area. So I thought it would be really fun to pick like a side character from Mario in order to kind of theme another flat ride. And I go with, I'm pretty sure his name is Kamek. I could be pronouncing that wrong, and if I am, I super duper apologize. But I decided to theme a flat ride after him, which you're going to see the build process in this episode. So originally I was going to use the Witch's flat ride, just because it had a lot of magical elements and a lot of fantastical earthly elements to it, and I thought that would work really well for this sorcerer type character. However, you will see later in this episode that I really struggled once I actually started creating the Kamek character out of the shapes and all the different objects that we have available in Planet Coaster. I really struggled with trying to fit that character into this flat ride, and you'll see me like desperately trying to make it work, just because when I place him on there, the witch that's sitting at the top, the little witch animatronic statue that's sitting at the top, is still rotating. So to try and build this character that wasn't too small but wasn't too big, and be able to hide the witch character that was kind of spinning inside of it, it was a bit of a problem to work with. So you'll see me kind of fuss with it, and then eventually we do end up going with another flat ride, which I believe is called the Skizzer. The Skizzer, if I'm correct, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, but it just seems like such a wrong name to me, like the Skizzer. The Skizzer is something that you say when you can't say the word scissor. Like, I need the skizzers. What did you just say? I need the skizzers. David, don't mock me. You call them skizzers, Sam. Let me run with the skizzers. Anyways, one of the things that was probably the most daunting was jumping back into creating the statues that a lot of people really enjoyed that I make, especially since the Pokemon series that I did a while back. And I didn't want to disappoint with this first one. I really wanted to just come out guns blazing and make a really cool character. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. I wasn't sure going into it. I'm like, oh my God, this thing is not gonna look good. But the more I messed with it and the more that I tried to just get the overall shape of the character, the more I was like, oh, this is really turning out. But the main problem with that is that it took me a very long time to make, even for a time-lapsed video. It took me a couple hours. So you're gonna see me at one point just do a scene wipe transition, because I did not want to have to speed this video up any faster than it already is. So there's gonna be a scene cut at some point, and you're gonna be like, wow, this doesn't look that great, and then it goes brrr, and then it looks fine. Like, what happened? Well, that was about 2.5 hours worth of frustration and staring at concept and character art of this character to try and get it to look good. But you'll see that I think it turns out pretty all right. And I'm excited for it because I think I can utilize this character and some of his features for other characters in the Mario Park. Lakitu, is that his name? The guy on the cloud? I think I can utilize kind of the head of this character in order to make him, and I think that would be really cool. I think I can also utilize this character to make either Bowser Jr. or the Koopalings or even some Koopa Troopas. Which the Koopalings, Larry in particular, has always been my favorite. And whenever I play, I'm sure I've talked about this on a previous episode, whenever I play Smash Brothers, I'm playing as Larry. Because there's nothing funnier than kicking everyone's butt as a guy named Larry, you know? And I'm sure I've talked about this. I'm sorry. It's been a while, so if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. That's another thing too. It's been so long since I've had to talk into a microphone for longer than like 2 minutes. So trying to fill, what is this, like a 15-minute episode? It's like, oh man, I gotta refresh the skills in order to do this again. What do I even talk about? I don't know. I just ramble, which I hope you all are okay with me rambling from time to time, because like I said, trying to fill up this much time is a bit problematic. But I know there's probably going to be some questions as to like, is this series going to keep going? Is it going to be consistent? The answer is yes. I want to be as consistent with this as possible. Especially now with my new job and finally kind of figuring out my work-life balance. Definitely want to keep pushing this series forward because, to be honest, I kind of want to get done with Mario and move on to the next thing, which I've had a lot of great suggestions as what the next theme park attraction thing should be, the next project for Planet Coaster. And I finally have come to the conclusion that I want to kind of narrow down not only like the idea, but the scope of the projects, just because this one was huge. Like we had the Yoshi's kind of the Yoshi Island area. Now we're doing the Luigi's area, and then we're going to do the Mario, like the actual Peach's Castle area. So that's 3 huge areas of the park. Oh, and about that scene transition I talked about, here it comes. That was a little bit of a commercial break there for a second. So you can see like I've moved on, and the mouth was driving me crazy. I tried so many different variations on what I thought would work, and this finally just kind of like popped in my head. I'm like, oh, you kind of give him like a duck bill, but then sort of, smooth it out with the spheres. And I think it looks pretty good. Like, I don't want to jinx myself and have someone be like, it looks terrible, and then I'll be sad. But I think it looks pretty good, and I'm happy with it. So like I said, these projects in particular, trying to make the characters, I'm sure there's some people that are just friggin' wizards at this and can just make something look amazing with like a bajillion pieces. But if I want to get done with this within a year, which my track record thus far has not been that great in getting this out consistently, I need to like speed through this as much as possible, but still maintaining like, you know, the creativity and the quality of this, because I still want it to look good and I still want to have fun doing it. But like I was saying, not only the scope of the project, but just kind of narrow down the ideas a little bit and not do like full theme parks like I did with this project, but maybe just like an attraction and maybe like a restaurant or a gift shop to go with it. Just like if this was just popped into the middle of a pre-existing park, you know. So if I was doing like, say, something from Cartoon Network, you know, let's just imagine there was a Cartoon Network theme park. I think there's one in like Dubai or something like that. But let's just imagine there was a Cartoon Network theme park and I made like a thing from Cartoon Network, and then you could just plop it in that theme park. That's kind of what I want to go with. And that way we can do new projects and vary them up a little bit. I know a lot of people have been asking for very particular things like an Undertale themed park, or what was one I got not too long ago? There was Undertale. I've gotten that one a lot, but there was another one that popped up that I thought was pretty cool. Oh, Bendy and the Ink Machine, but I have not even played that game, which is something I'm gonna want to correct because it looks like it's something that's right up my alley, and playing that game would probably inspire me to do something like that, just because it's all about animation, it's all about like the animation industry, and I just find that really fascinating. So I might want to just play that game first, which I'm also playing Cuphead, which is kind of a similar thing where it's about the animation industry. So I might want to finish up Cuphead too. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what games I want to play in the future. But now you can see exactly what I was talking about before that scene transition, where Kamek, whatever, was not able to fit onto the ride platform very well with the witch spinning around. So like I said, eventually we ended up with the, what is it? Is it the Skizzer? I think I'm trying to read it as the time lapse is going. Yeah, the Skizzer. Yeah, that's still a weird name to me. I don't know why. It's just like, it sounds like what is it? Doesn't Scyther turn into that? He turns into the red one. Isn't his name Scizor? I don't know. Scissor or Skizzer. I don't know. I think that's funny though. So like I was saying, long-winded conversation. I apologize. Long-windedly saying that the next project that I'm going to do, and it's something that I'm really, really into, and I love the animated series. It's a short series that premiered on Cartoon Network, and ever since I saw it, I thought it would make a great dark ride, especially utilizing the I think it's called the Hunter, which we're using for the Luigi's Mansion ride. I think it would be really fun to make an over the garden wall dark ride, especially because I was looking at the final shot with the Beast character, and just the idea of having like a confrontation with him at the end of the ride and then like coming out of it into the real world and all that stuff. I think that would just be really fun. If you haven't seen Over the Garden Wall, I know I have gushed about it before, but it is definitely worth watching. It's so good. It is so good. I think out of the entire short series, there's like one episode I'm not particularly a fan of, but everything else is just like, it's gold. It's gold. But I'm pretty sure that's going to be the next one. Just because it'll involve a lot of fun animation and illustrations, and it'll be a dark ride that has a lot of variations in terms of scenery. I mean, it goes through so many different locations and variations in those locations. I mean, the forest is kind of definitely the main star, but you go through kind of the fall, winter, and summer variations of it, so that could be really fun. There's an old mill, there's a mansion, there's all sorts of stuff we could do with it. And I just think that would be really fun, but we still got a lot of work ahead of us in terms of the Mario Park. Like I said, after this and finishing up the Luigi's Mansion, we still have the Mushroom Kingdom area, which is going to be the final area of the park, which is going to have a couple flat rides, the main star being the Mario Kart ride. And then of course I want to have something themed to Bowser, and it's still going to be that Bowser's Barbecue, just because I really want to make that menu. I think it'd be really fun. And speaking of which, we're definitely going to need names for a lot of this stuff. So if you feel like having a conversation, if you want to talk about Planet Coaster or anything else between this channel and my other channel, definitely, there I go again, stumbling my words. Definitely check out my Discord. I have a link to it in the description down below. But if you just want to like chat and hang out with me and the chat pack, the chatterboxes, feel free to check out that Discord. I'm going to be on it a lot more frequently than I have been, just because now that I'm back, I definitely want to have, I definitely want this community to feel supported, and I definitely want you all to have fun and be able to share projects. So if you are working on, whether it's like art or animation, or if you're working on like a Planet Coaster project, feel free to share them. I've got channels in my Discord where you can share all that stuff. I think it'd be awesome to see some of your projects. And hey, maybe even like down the road, if I get enough like people like sending stuff in, maybe we can have like a community spotlight episode. I think that would be amazing. And also, my phone's going off, man. I'm just doing super good today. Let me move my phone. Get out of here, phone. I like literally threw it across the room very gently. Like I didn't chuck it. There was a pillow over, there's like a couch over there, and I moved it over, whatever. Anyways, plus before like my hiatus, I got a piece of fan art, and that's so freaking cool. I never thought in a million years I would get a piece of fan art. So I just think that's really cool. So if you have art that you want to share, if you have anything you want to share, just head over to the Discord. That is my Discord chat of the day. I promise I won't push that too much. But like I said, I know it's been a while. I know it's been quite a while. And I just want to say, before we wrap up this episode, how much I appreciate all of you, how much I appreciate the support, how much I appreciate those that are watching this video that stuck around, that understand the hiatus, and aren't too mad at me for everything. I do appreciate that. I know it kind of led to, some concern and some frustrations, but I am back. And I'm still recovering from all the things that happened from the months prior to this, but I'm working through it, and things will get better, and I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to working on stuff again, playing some games, doing some art, animation, all that stuff. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope we can just build this community, have fun, and share some cool creations. That sounds like a good time to me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I know I've said that a million times, but I just want to continue the role of positivity. I want to continue the train of positivity. Choo choo. And if you have any name suggestions for this ride, feel free to share them down in the comment section below. I was thinking like Kamek's Magical Spin or something like that, but if there's a better name out there, I will for sure use it. I know eventually we're gonna have to do an episode that focuses on doing some illustrations and animations, because there's still some animations and even the Yoshi's ride that never got finished. And I've been going back and forth on whether or not I want to do those animations or those drawings or those illustrations on this channel or my other channel. Just because my other channel is more focused on kind of like creativity as far as art, animation, and voicing, and that's its focus. But I am also worried about having too much of like Mario, just because it's going to take a lot of stuff to finish up on here. So I'm thinking if it's like a small project, like if I just need to do like a quick illustration, I'll probably just cut between episodes and do that on here, because it would be silly to do like a full episode of it on my other channel. So maybe in between some Planet Coaster stuff, we'll have some little art, animation, and illustrations in the works. I think that'd be really fun. And like I said, we're back. New look, new year, new me, and I'm looking forward to it. I thank you all for stopping by, and as always, I will chat with you later.